Which white? What's this? Which white do I do?
Hey everybody, it's Sabrina Smelko here with hashtag HelloProKitchenReno. Piper is joining me for this video as well, as you can see, with hashtag a dog named Piper. And this week compared to last is literally night and day. There were so many people coming in and out at all hours of the day. My house has been a mess. It's been dusty. Piper has been upset at having to live in the basement. So it's been a little rough. This week though is all time for the fun stuff. So rather than building my kitchen down and demolishing it, I'm finally getting to start building it back up and doing all of the fun and aesthetic things that I love so much about renovations. Although I'm doing this kitchen renovation by myself with the help of my dad from time to time and Sean when he's home, there are certain things that are really important that you hire the right people for. You can't do everything yourself. There are experts out there like plumbers, electricians, gas fitters, even appliance installers. You have to hire the right people and get the right crew together in order to make any renovation work and to actually finish it and stay sane during it. So shout out to Paul, my plasterer, because he somehow managed to combine my old original 1950s plaster with all of the new drywall, and it's seamless and perfect, and I could have never done that by myself. So there are certain things that maybe cost you a little bit of money, but in the long run, they are so worth your time, your energy, your money, your sanity, your health, and it looks so great. So I am so peachy keen this week on my house, and I'm finally starting to see it come together. So what did I do this week? Once the plaster was done and he finished sanding everything and it looked like winter in my house, then it was time to prime everything. And because I opened the wall up between my kitchen and living room, that means priming the ceiling and the walls in both the kitchen and the living room and the entryway and my hallway, because all of it is open concept now. So that took a lot of work, and we just wrapped that up yesterday. I just have to do one more coat on the ceiling with good flat ceiling paint. This week I also began assembling all of the cabinetry and now onto installing it. I also prepared and made my final selections for lighting. I'm very lucky to have a sister who is a lighting designer. Shout out to Alyssa. She works at DVI Lighting, and she actually got me so many great lights that I can use in my kitchen. And finally, as this week wraps up, I have to do the most important thing in the entire renovation, other than actually getting my appliances hooked up and picking out the cabinets and all of the other important stuff. Forget that. This week was all about selecting my final wall color, which is very, 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 very hard. I really love white walls and white finishes. My cabinets are an off-white, my backsplash is pure white, and I want my walls to complement those things and help bring them all together. White is one of those wall colors that everyone loves, but it's one of the hardest things to make selections for because there are so many nuances and intricacies of white that you don't actually realize. And especially trying to match white on white on white, you'll find that no two whites are the same when you compare them. So it really is important that you take your time when you're coming to selecting a wall color and you don't just go straight to the store and buy a can of pure white. A good thing to know is that the best whites and the whites that you see in magazines and photo shoots are not actually pure white at all. Look around your room. What room is it? Is it in a basement? Are you in a living room? Do you have a lot of colorful furniture? Are all of your trim really glossy white, or do you have cedar somewhere? Look around you and try and pull inspiration and see what kind of tone do you want to set in the room. Because I'm going from room to room to room and all of the wall is going to be the same color throughout most of the top floor of my home, and because I have a combination of artificial light and a hallway which is really dark, and then out in this space I have so many windows, I have to choose a white that's very neutral and very forgiving. So my backsplash is actually this subway tile, which is pure white. So pure white pretty much looks good with all of these colors. You can't really go wrong because it is so pure. However, my cabinetry is quite off-white, as you can see. So trying to find a color that works with this is going to be pretty difficult. And then other things to consider is this is my flooring. So you want to make sure that not only do you match the furniture in your room and the cabinets in your room, but you want to make sure that you also can tie in some of the other elements such as your floor and your light fixtures. You really have to take home swatches, play around with them, and one of the most important things is put them up on not just this wall, but put them up on every wall in the space that you're going to be painting to see how it plays off of this wall versus a wall that's in a corner versus a wall that's even brighter than this one. You really have to see if it's going to work everywhere, and the only way you can do that is by testing it picking up a lot of swatches, and then even buying little sample cans of paint and trying them, actually testing out swatches on the wall. It may cost you $5 here and there, but it's so worth it to get the absolutely perfect white for your space. So with all of that said and done, I actually finally made my final selects for my wall color, which I am not going to share just yet. You have to wait for that. And I've also selected my countertop, which you're also going to have to wait for because it's a surprise at the final reveal. I'm sure I'll share little snippets on Instagram with the hashtag HelloProKitchenReno, but for now, it's kind of maybe one of these colors, but I'm not going to tell you. So in the past 3 weeks, you've seen a lot of progress. You've seen me from really, really happy and excited to get started and wanting nothing more than to dig my hands in, to last week being pretty upset about everything and very drained and tired and sick, to this week where it's finally back up on my roller coaster renovation. Which is pretty much a given in any renovation. There's going to be aspects that you absolutely love and aspects that you absolutely hate. And that's just how life is, isn't it? So follow along with my journey with Leon's Furniture and Frigidaire Professional with the hashtag HelloProKitchenReno. I'm doing weekly blog updates on helloyellowblog.ca as well as my own blog, handsandhustle.com. And on all 3 of our social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything, you can find these video diary updates as well as weekly content, quotable images, little snippets of sneak peeks, and everything in between. I'm gonna go now because I have made a final selection of my wall color thanks to my mom's help, and I'm gonna start painting. So bye guys, see you later.